Hey, everybody. Just give it a couple seconds here. Let everybody filter into the meeting and
Hey,
turn on their video so we can see your smiling faces.
how are you?
Hey, guys and gals. Got a couple more folks joining here and we'll get started.
There's Jessica. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm terrific. Thank you. Oh, hi, Andrea.
Hi.
Up top.
Oh,
Over
hey. Hi.
here.
Kind of in my own little world.
Who's talking to God? Who's that? How's everybody tonight?
Well, let's get started since it's just after the top of the hour, and I don't want to keep all of you, but we do appreciate you jumping on our new member meeting this month, and we expect that this will run 45, 50 minutes with some time for questions at the end, but feel free to raise your hand at any point. But by way of introductions, my name is Scott Carter. I'm the Executive Vice President for Saber, and we are thrilled that you are here with us tonight. Look around. This is all, Saber class of January 2022, roughly. So, these are all folks that signed up roughly around the same time. And we're thrilled for you guys and gals to be with us as we take a tour through Saber and just show you some of the key benefits, some of the more popular parts of the website and things that you should know to make the most out of your Saber membership. But most of all, we just wanted to make sure that you could put some faces with names and meet some new fellow members and be able to know where to go when you have questions. We certainly realize that Saber as an organization can kind of be an overwhelming place at times, and you not know where to start or who to ask or what am I looking for or what's this about. So hopefully we can make a little bit of a dent in some of those questions tonight, and like I said, help you find your way in Saber and find the people that have the most common interest with you. So I'd like to welcome you to Saber's community. We're all passionate baseball fans. We all have that in common, as we will see here shortly. But I wanted to quickly just introduce a couple folks, and then we'll get to meet all of y'all real quick. Jessica Smith, who you're going to hear from quite a bit tonight, is our membership services manager, and most of you have already all heard from Jennifer when you've signed up, or Jessica when you've signed up. And then if you have any questions, she's always our first point of contact. We also have Bruce McClure and Andrea Long, who are membership ambassadors. So if you guys can wave, they'll give a hello, but they can also help you if you ever have any questions that Jessica or myself cannot answer. And then I also see Mr. Bill Perch on the call tonight. So Bill's one of our leaders with the Chicago chapter. So Bill's probably just jumping on just to make sure we're getting all this stuff right, because the Chicago chapter does a fantastic job and wants to make sure that the Cubs are represented in the meeting. So we'll get to Bill, but Jessica, I'll turn it over to you, and I'll be back later.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. It's nice to meet all of you, and thanks so much for attending tonight. It's our hope that you utilize your Saber membership to the fullest, and that includes making new connections and expanding your network through everyone's shared love of baseball. So we want to start by giving everyone a chance to introduce themselves. So I'm going to go through the top here of everyone I can see, and when I call on you, if you could just unmute yourself, say your name, where you're from, and your favorite team. And I can start. So I'm Jessica. I grew up in Indiana, but I live outside of Atlanta now, and my favorite team are the Braves. So next, James, if you want to start.
Yeah, I'm also in the Atlanta area, and so obviously fan. Grew up in Atlanta, so world champion Atlanta Braves.
Absolutely. All right, Thomas, do you want to go next?
Sure. Name's Thomas Smith. I'm from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, just east of Dallas, in a little town called Heath. And my favorite team is the Texas Rangers.
Awesome. All right, Gary.
Hi, first of all, Jessica, you helped me get onto this thing a couple weeks ago. You were very sweet, so thank you very much.
Absolutely.
My name's Gary Mintz. I live in Huntington, Long Island. I'm a huge San Francisco Giants fan, and I run the New York Giants Preservation Society, which is a group dedicated to honor the past of the Giants who are in San Francisco, remembering them in New York.
Very cool. All right. Nicholas?
Sorry, I don't understand.
My goodness.
Hi, my name is Nicholas Bartle. I go to the University of Alabama, and my favorite team is the New York Yankees.
All right. Davis?
Hey there, I'm Davis. I'm from Georgia, but I'm in California now. Also a Braves fan.
Awesome. Love to hear it. All right. Jake?
Jake, I'm in Santa Fe, New Mexico for the moment, but I'm a Padres fan.
All right. Ryan?
I got Brian Alcott out of Houston, so an Astros fan for better or for worse.
Cool. Let's do Ryan next.
Hi, I'm Ryan Vander. I live about an hour south of Chicago. I'm a White Sox fan.
All right. Amanda?
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm from New Jersey, but I go to school at Bates College in Maine, and I'm a Yankees fan.
Cool. Justin?
Hi, everyone. I grew up in the Chicago area, so I'm a White Sox fan, but I have the distinction of living in enemy territory up in Minnesota. So,
All right. Steve?
I'm Steve Klitzis. I live in Twinsburg, Ohio, which is right outside of Cleveland. So I'm a Guardians fan.
Awesome. All right. Timothy?
Yes, hello. So I am in Troy, New York right now for college, but I'm gonna be moving to either Brooklyn or Queens in the summer for work. And I am a Mets fan.
Cool. Robert?
All right, hi everyone, I'm Robert. Sounds like I might be the only Canadian in this group, but I'm from north of Toronto, currently in Ottawa, Ontario, the capital, and I'm a Blue Jays fan.
Awesome. All right. Yadiel?
How you guys doing? My name is Yadi. I'm originally from Brooklyn. I live out in Long Island around the Patchogue, Medford area, and I am a Mets fan.
Cool. Ronan?
I'm Ronan. I'm originally from the Bay Area, and I'm an A's fan.
Nice background. All right. Joseph?
Hi, everyone. My name is Joey Milot. I am Steve. I'm from around your area. I'm from Aurora, Ohio, right down the street. Grew up a Indians Guardians fan, but I was just recently hired by the Orioles, so I guess they're my favorite team now.
Oh, yeah. All right. Mark?
I'm Mark, originally from Wisconsin, so grew up a Brewers fan, but I'm actually an A's fan. So.
All right, and Dylan.
Hey everybody, I'm a Mets fan. I'm from New Milford, New Jersey.
Very cool. Did I miss anybody? Did I get everyone?
Jessica, let's give Bruce and Andrea and Bill a chance to say
Oh,
hello.
yeah, absolutely. So sorry.
Who wants to go first? Bruce.
I can go first. I think you can hear me. I'm Bruce McClure. I am from New London, New Hampshire. Been a Mets fan for a while. I grew up as a Red Sox fan, and I'm a member of the Landmarks Committee.
Cool. Andrea?
Hi, I'm Andrea. Born and raised in Charlotte, North Carolina, and still live here. And so you two White Sox fans, we have your AAA team here in Charlotte, and I go to 60 plus games a season. So I see all the up and coming. I've watched them all come through for about the last 5 years now. So I kind of have to be on board with the White Sox, but really it's Yeah, don't know how that happened, but yeah, I'm a huge Phillies fan. So, and I am a membership ambassador. So some of you may have gotten an email from me, but please reach out if I can ever help you. I'm glad to help. I've been a Sabre member since 2016.
Cool. Bill, do you want to go ahead?
Sure. Yeah. Bill Perch. I'm in suburban Chicago, huge Cubs fan. I joined in 2016. We had a great year. I'm from an extended family of White Sox fans, married a Brewers fan, and full disclosure, I'm actually drinking out of a Brewers cup tonight. So, but glad to just kind of check in tonight and see what's going on.
Great.
Yeah, I think this is the first time that my beloved Dodgers have been shut out of this roundtable.
Not a single one. Yeah.
So I got to make sure that I get a plug for the Dodgers in there.
Yeah, how'd that happen, Scott?
I don't know. I gotta get more people signed up. I think. And Andrew, I don't know if I've ever told you. I worked for the Durham Bulls for 5 years.
Yeah.
So we routinely made a habit of feasting on the Charlotte Knights. So
Yes, I know. Thank you. I would make a rude gesture right now, but I don't know how everyone would feel.
I got a couple of international league titles rings.
Yeah.
5 minutes from the Durham Bulls Stadium. I'm actually from North Carolina.
Very
cool. Oh, really?
I go there all the time. Yeah.
It's a great stadium, and I do love going there, but my God, we just cannot win against them. And who is the player? Oh my gosh, his name just went right out of my head. But he was such a thorn in our side. He played for Durham, and then he wound up with the Knights last season, and I just did not know how to feel about that. His name will come to me in the middle of the call. Yeah. Anyway.
I love it. All right, Jessica, back to you.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. Again, we're so glad that you're here. I'm going to start with a brief overview of the website, which if you haven't checked it out yet, mine will just be a quick tour, but there is so much available, and I really encourage you to kind of dive in and take a look at everything whenever you get a chance. So I'm going to share my screen. Can everyone see it?
You're good.
Good. All right, perfect. So this is saber.org. This is the first place you're going to go. We're going to click on member login up here in the top right. This will take you to the members hub, and we're going to click on learn more under members home. All right, and this will be your login screen. And while I'm logging in, I just want to remind anybody, if you have any issues with your password or your credentials logging in, you can always reach out to us. We would be happy to assist you there. All right, so this is your members homepage. Like I mentioned earlier, you'll find a ton of resources on here. We also have a lot of frequently asked questions that are answered on here. So this is a great place to start whenever you're first logging in. And we are going to start with the directory, which is here at the top. So the directory is a great way to meet other members. You can do a keyword search here. You can search for any kind of chapter or group here. You can even search by country if you wanted to. So just as an example, if I wanted to connect with any other Sabre members who are Braves fans, I can type that in the search bar and it'll pull up a list of other Sabre members who have also indicated on their profiles that they are interested in the Braves as well. So that's how you kind of start making those connections. And then speaking of profiles, we're going to go back to the members homepage. And you'll see my profile up here at the top, the second option. And we'll click on that. And it'll take you to your own personal profile. So here you can update any personal information that you might have. Here's where you would put that research interest. So I have Braves in my profile. I really encourage you to also fill this out. Even if you don't consider yourself an expert in that certain field, this is how other Sabre members are going to find you and connect with you. So definitely make sure you're putting whatever you're interested in this field here. All right, so now you can see your picture and your name at the top. We're going to click on this drop down arrow and you'll get this menu, and we're going to go to Invoices. All right, so here you'll be able to see any of your payment history. If you go over to membership, you'll be able to see when your membership expires. You can update your credit card payments here. We get a lot of questions about membership expirations and payments. So it's just a good page to take note on, but of course, feel free to reach out if you ever have any issues with that. We're always here, happy to help. You can also see your event registrations here. So you can see that I am signed up for the next Ballpark Figures event in a couple weeks. If you signed up for the analytics conference, it would also show up here. And you can also click on donation history. Any donations that you've ever made to Sabre will come up here, and you can print off invoices if you need them for tax reasons, anything like that, they would be found here. So we're going to move on to groups. Is up here in this navy bar. Click on that. So whenever you signed up for Sabre, you were asked to choose a primary chapter. You can see my primary chapter is the Magnolia chapter because it serves the Atlanta area. Your primary chapter is usually the one that's closest to you, but as a Sabre member, you have access to all chapters, any groups, research committees that you want to be a part of. So you can see on the right here, these are just kind of some suggestions that populate. But if you wanted a further list of all available groups or chapters, you can click view all down here in the bottom right. And this will just be an alphabetized list of any research committees, chartered communities, groups, chapters. You can filter and do a search up here with this drop-down menu. Or if you know the certain group that you're looking for, you can type it up here in the search bar and it'll populate, and you would just scroll down to the bottom of that group's page and click join group. And that's going to register you for their notifications. So if you know, especially now that we're doing a lot of virtual events, if you know that there's a group that is having a guest speaker or any virtual events that you're interested in, this is a really great way to stay connected, even if you might not be able to attend in person. All right, so I think that's all I have covered. I'm going to let Scott share his screen so we can go over some more member benefits with you.
Great job, Jessica. I have to let everybody know humbly that this is Jessica's first new member meeting. She's doing fantastic. She's, I think, what is this? Is this the end of your first month, Jessica?
Yeah.
So she's doing great. So we're very proud of her, and we're thrilled to have her on our team. So okay, let's get back into some Sabre member benefits. So we're going to head over to our website now that you kind of see the back end of your profile and just the housekeeping stuff that goes into your profile. We'll start talking about more benefits stuff now. So let's go back to the homepage. And one of the first things that you'll notice that you get as a Sabre member is the weekly newsletter. So our email newsletter comes out on Friday afternoons, typically around 2:30 our time here in Phoenix. 4:30 or 5 o'clock on the East Coast. You can tell time by it because it always comes out pretty much right around the same time. And This Week in Sabre, the email newsletter, is a fantastic place to get an understanding of what's happening within the organization, because there's always a lot going on. But it's a great place to kind of get a rundown of what, our priorities in the organization, what's happening, what events are happening, different research, different events, different awards. So keep an eye out for that, because if you skim through that every week, you'll have a good, you'll have a good pulse of what's happening within Sabre. If you ever miss an issue or want to go back and read a previous issue, we archive all of those on the website. So if you click on the latest news tab here on the homepage and scroll down past the latest headlines, you'll see the newsletter section, and all of the issues are archived here. So for instance, let's look at last week's newsletter and we can just review that quickly. And we can take a look at what you'll find in the newsletter. So we'll always have our top news items here at the top. So this last particular week, we opened registration for the Jerry Malloy Negro League Conference, which is taking place in Birmingham in June. So this is all the information that you need to know if you wanted to actually attend that conference, how to register, how to book your hotel, questions, all that good stuff. So that's obviously big news. It's going to be our first in-person national event since the pandemic started. So it's a very exciting event for us to get off the ground as we move into the summer. And then now as you scroll down, some more news. The virtual analytics conference is coming up here in about a month. And we're starting to roll out our presenters and panels and research presenters. So as we finalize programming, we're announcing that to everybody so you can get excited about all the cool people that are going to be talking during the analytics conference. So you can see that there. Lots of videos from Sabre Day, which was last weekend. Talk about events. We talk about our analytics certification course. But as we scroll down, we'll start getting into this is all news, a lot of great news stuff. Start getting into events. So as Jessica mentioned, when you talk about joining other groups, every Sabre member has access to join any Sabre event. So if you see that Bill's group in Chicago is doing a cool virtual event and they've got a speaker, maybe they've got somebody from the Cubs, or they got somebody who wrote a book that you like, or just anybody that you'd be interested in checking out, you don't have to be a member of that chapter. Although we encourage you to sign up as a member just so you can get their notifications. But any of these virtual events, it's very easy to join. We'll talk about those at the end of this meeting. But this is a great way just to see kind of what's happening. We always have like a can't miss event, which is just a highlight of one of the best meetings or events that is coming up from a chapter perspective. So our chapters are extremely active. We're having meetings all the time. So not only do you have national programming from the Sabre headquarters to look forward to, but you also have these local chapters. And like we said, you don't need to be a member. Certainly for the virtual events, you can attend anything that you'd like to attend. Scroll down, we've got, we always post our latest episode of Sabercast with Rob Nyer, which is a fantastic podcast if you're into podcasts and want some long form content to check out while you're driving or running or doing whatever. And then we'll keep scrolling down, lots of great stuff. Published articles by Sabre members. Great, always great to welcome new members in the new newsletter every week. So always keep an eye out for yourself. And then down at the bottom is a nice roundup of articles written by Sabre members around the web. So that's always fun to check out. So that's the newsletter. Like I said, if you read one Sabre thing every week, make it the newsletter, because you'll have an idea of what's happening throughout the organization. The next thing I want to talk about is probably one of the biggest benefits to all Sabre members, and that's our digital library. Sabre publishes roughly 8 to 10 books every single year. And I know this is something that's near and dear to Bill's heart because he's on our publishing marketing committee. But we publish 8 to 10 books every year. And as a Sabre member, you are able to download all of those books for free as electronic versions. So as new books come out, you have access to them, and then you also have access to our entire back history. So we're going to show you how to download those. All you want to do is go to the publications page, and you will see here that our featured book right now is the book on Baltimore baseball, which we just put out. But if you want to click on this More Titles link, you will see all the books that Sabre's published, and it literally runs the gamut from all teams, all eras, on the field, off the field. There is something for everyone. You know, the Saber baseball umbrella is pretty big. We have a big baseball tent. So there's going to be something for you. These books are fantastic, and they're all basically put together by Saber members. So it's, you know, folks like you that just love baseball, and, you know, by no means are some of these folks you know, professional writers. They just maybe have a very, very you know, an expertise in a certain area that they were able to lend their knowledge and their research to a specific topic. So we're gonna pick one of these books, and I'll show you how to download it. So let's just take this book on the Kansas City Monarchs, for example. So we'll click on that, and we'll scroll down. So you want to head down to this link that screams at you. It says Saber members get this ebook for free. That's you. So as a Saber member, you want to make sure you go there. Now we'll see that you also get a 50% discount on paperback editions of these books. So they're $17.95 if you want to get a paperback edition of any of these books and round out your library, or just you know, make sure you've got enough cool books on your bookshelf to make your bookshelf look nice and rounded. Let's show you how to download this. So you just click on this ebook link, and you'll notice that if I was a non-member and I was going to come try to download one of these books, it'd be basically $10. And like I said, you're going to get that for free. So if we've got 75 books and it's 10 books to download them, you're talking about $750 in value right there. That you're getting with your Saber membership. So there's a ton of value in these books, and that's, oh, come on. There we go. So there's a ton of value in these books. So we encourage you to check them out. One of the most popular benefits, and we'll show you how to download. So you can see that my price has been zeroed out because I've signed into my membership. Just click view, and you just want to check out as you would any normal online checkout. So boom, zero, just check out. And what you will get in your email box is a download link to download the book, and you're off and running. Okay. That is the digital library. Again, you know, we're putting out new books every couple of months or so. So just keep an eye out. We've got a lot of exciting stuff coming down the pike. Bill, I'm gonna put you on the spot. What's the next book coming out?
I think it's the book on Dominican baseball.
You were correct.
Boom. I had to think there for 2 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know what's after that, but I do know that the book on Dominicans in baseball is next. And the cool thing about that book is there's going to be a version in English and a version in Spanish. So you've got the option of picking either one. So that's the digital library. The next thing I'm going to talk about is our research collection. There's a fair amount of stuff on our website that's available to the general public. I mean, obviously we want to spread our passion for baseball with as many people as we possibly can. When you land on the Sabre website, this search bar is going to get you 90% of the places that you want to go if you're looking for a particular topic, or if you just want to spend a couple hours just reading about whatever it is that you want to read about. This research or this search bar is going to basically show you most of those topics, and then we can drill down into some of the more popular parts of the website. But if you were just going to say, you know, let's just talk about, we're talking to Bill and the Cubs. So say first Cub that pops into my mind is Ryne Sandberg. So let's just search for Ryne Sandberg, and we'll see that Ryne Sandberg's biography pops up, as well as any journal articles that he's been mentioned in. We can see that we've got quite a bit of stuff that Ryne Sandberg appears in. So again, you can always just search. You can search for teams. You can search for, you know, eras. All that stuff's going to be populated there. Let's dive into this research collection tab, though, and we'll talk about a couple different things. These two boxes that you're going to notice here right at the top, the Baseball Research Journal and the National Pastime. These two publications are our flagship research publications. The Baseball Research Journal comes out twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall, and the National Pastime comes out in the summer. Every Sabre member is going to get a physical copy 2 physical copies of the Baseball Research Journal, unless you've indicated that you want to receive your publications electronically. So you can always email Jessica or myself if you don't know if you've selected that indication or not. But if you have not turned off your electronic receipt in your profile, you'll get a physical copy of the Baseball Research Journal twice a year. The National Pastime, everyone gets an electronic version of that. Fantastic stuff, cutting edge research, great place to just really dive into some of the more in-depth research on baseball every single year. But I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to talk about 2 research committees that do fantastic work, and it's all done by Sabre members. That is a great place that you can contribute and get involved if you're actually interested in doing your own research. So we're going to talk about the Games Project and the Biography Project, which are similar in the fact that these are all stories that are written by Sabre members. The Games Project is exactly what it sounds like. It's stories written about particular games from all eras, and the Biography Project are bios written about baseball folks from all corners of the game. So we're gonna dive into the Bio Project. We've got over 5,500 biographies current written, and we're adding more every single day. The only requisite that you need to meet to be able to write a biography for the Bio Project is that you're a Sabre member. So again, we're here to help you find what you are interested in within the world of Sabre. I would say that 90 to 95% of Sabre members, and we've got 7,000 now, 90 to 95% of them, like me, are just consumers of all of this fantastic research and books and articles and research journals. So if you have no interest whatsoever in ever writing, don't worry about it. You're going to be just like most people within Sabre. But if, for instance, you want to get involved, you've got a story to tell, or say, we've had people that have joined Sabre and be like, like my great grandfather played in the Negro Leagues, and there's nothing's ever been written about him, and I'd like to write that bio. You can contact the Bio Project and see if you can get that in your queue, and see if that can be assigned to you to contribute to the website and contribute to the kind of living project that is the Bio Project. So it's really it's growing, it's awesome, it's really popular. They've got a fantastic Twitter feed. They're always just putting out great bios every single day. You can search for anybody under the sun. You can see that we've got new bios that have just popped up. Brady Anderson, that's a good one. There you go. I knew this, the 50 homer season had to be like in the first sentence, right? There it is. There it is. So you can see that Malcolm Allen, Sabre member, wrote that. This is fun. We got random bios that pop up. You can search by category. So like, say you want to get in here and be like, I want to go back to 90s All-Stars and dig through, you're like, here they all are. Like, just, you can read all these bios. They're fantastic. If you go down to the bottom of, and this goes for the Games Project as well, if you go down to the bottom of the screen and click on Bio Project Frequently Asked Questions, that's where you're going to get information on how and what you want to do if you want to contribute. So great ways to contact the committee that runs all this stuff. Who's eligible to write? What do I do? What's the steps that I take? How do I do baseball research? It's all right there for you. And of course, if you have any questions, the staff is here to help for sure. So that's the Bio Project. Again, the Games Project is similar in scope, but we're talking about games. So again, we break it out by categories, and the newest stories written, random games. But you could spend hours here just reading about great stuff. Again, a cool way to get involved, if say there was a game you went to as a kid, or a game that was formative in your baseball fandom that hasn't been written about, and you're interested, write them up. See if it's something that we haven't already gotten contributed. Okay, I'm going to go back out, and we are going to talk about some members only benefits. Now, Jessica showed you all this members hub page. Now this members home is going to get you to kind of the frequently asked, like, how do I renew? Where do I get, you know, my profile, the directory, all that good stuff. But if you mosey on over to this side and you see the research resources link, we'll click on that. And that's going to get us to resources that are available only to Sabre members. So again, you're going to have to be signed into your membership account to get access to this. If you ever forget your credentials, this email Jessica or myself and we can help with your password or your username. But we're gonna highlight two of these right off the bat. As a Sabre member, you have access to both paper record, which is the entirety of the sporting news archives, and also the world collection of newspapers.com, which is going to give you access to thousands of publications dating back from, you know, from present day back into the, you know, the 1800s that you can do research on or just dig up stuff until your heart's content. But I'm going to show you how to get into the sporting news. So just click on this paper record. And you want to scroll down to Missouri. You'll see that it was published out of St. Louis. So you click on sporting news. You'll want to do a search. So let's do 2000. I'm going to search for the Dodgers because of course I will. And we'll see what it pulls up. I used to love reading the sporting news as a kid because they had all the, you know, just like the paragraph modules on every team. So you could get an idea what was happening with every team. And now, of course, there they are. See, Jess, what was happening to the Braves at this time? John Rocker was in trouble. Shocker. But then we'll scroll down and we'll see that it'll highlight whatever you were searching for. So we can see that the, this was the Fox era of the Dodgers and GM Kevin Malone and our Kevin Brown free agent signing. So that's fun. You can always dig through that. That's great. And then, like I mentioned, the newspapers.com is going to give you access to actually searching through newspapers from publications across the world and across the United States. So it's a really cool resource. If you were going to pay for newspapers.com access by yourself, it'd be about $89 a year. So again, if you're paying $45, $65 for your Sabre membership, that's included. So again, we just like to make sure that you understand the value of what you're getting for your Sabre membership and continue to add value so that you stay a Sabre member for as long as humanly possible. We want you to stay with us and get the most out of your membership. If you scroll down on this resources page, you're going to see all sorts of cool stuff that you can spend hours digging into. These are a lot of resources and databases and guides that have a lot of really interesting information. You can get lost in this stuff, so just be forewarned. Some of the favorite things that I like to look at, we'll scroll down, that I'll highlight and get there. The Sabre defensive index calculations, this is really fun. Sabre has a metric that we've put together called SDI that is a major part of how they calculate and identify the Rawlings Gold Glove Award winners. So you can see, you know, how people rank every year. So that's a lot of fun. This is a great database for more home runs in a game. Anytime anyone hits 3 home runs in a game, our website traffic just goes out of control because everybody just is rushing to this page to figure out, like, who's the last guy to hit 4 home runs in a game. And inevitably there aren't as many as you think there are, but that list is there. So that's a great database. These are two great resources as well. A guide to sabermetric research. So if you're interested in doing more data or analytics based study, this is a great way to get started. On the more broader side, if you're just interested in learning how to just do baseball research generally, this is a great place to start. How do I get started? Where do I look for things? Who do I ask for help? Great resources for you if you want to get started. Yeah, so lots of good stuff. Lots of really good stuff. Triple Plays database. Awesome. Okay, great. I'm going to go back out to our homepage and we're going to talk about events a little bit. Now, we've got a lot of exciting events coming up. As we've talked about, we're starting to get back to in-person events, so there's even more to be excited about. If you go to the events page, so if you're on our homepage, you click on events here, and you will see our events page, and we've got all of our national events listed. But at the very bottom, as we'll see, there's also a calendar listing where you can see all of our chapter local events. So one item that I want to make sure that I highlight is we just started a new monthly virtual series called Ballpark Figures, and it's hosted by our friend Shakia Taylor, who is a fantastic writer. And we just did our first episode, our segment last, well, it was on the 3rd of February. And so we're going to do this every single month. It is free, and you have to be a Sabre member to get access to it. So if you wanted to register for this, just you'd click on this link. We also have a link on the homepage, but Shakia is going to have a fantastic guest every month. Last month, or this month, I should say, her first guest was Coach Roger Kadar, who was the head coach at Southern University and had won over 900 games with Southern University. So it was a fantastic interview, really, really, really cool event. And she's going to have some fantastic guests moving forward. So I highly suggest you should check that out. Again, virtual every month, free to Sabre members. Let's scroll down and we'll talk about some of our national events. The Virtual Analytics Conference is coming up here in March, about a month away. We're really excited about it. If you think you know about analytics, if you think you know about stats, come to the analytics conference and have your mind blown of what people are thinking and what, pushing the envelope and what's new and what's next in baseball. It's a lot of fun, and obviously, as in a virtual format, anybody can attend from anywhere. So if you have any interest in the analytics side of baseball at all, highly recommend the analytics conference. Just to give you an idea of the breadth of the different interests in Sabre, we also have a 19th Century Baseball Conference, which is fantastic. It's held at the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. So these folks are talking about baseball in the 1800s. Contrast that with what the analytics conference, just right above it, and you literally see that. I mean, we are covering the entire spectrum of baseball within Sabre. So I think a lot of people will think like, oh, Sabermetrics, you guys are just a bunch of stat nerds, but it couldn't be further from the truth. We're actually, I'd say, more just, it's more generally based on just passionate baseball fans who are into all sorts of different topics within baseball. So you can see, like, we've got the analytics for sure, but then we also have folks that are, gathering in Cooperstown to talk about baseball, the origins of the game in the 1800s. Earlier, I mentioned the Jerry Malloy Negro League Conference, which is taking place in June. It's the only symposium dedicated to Black baseball in the country. So it is our Negro League Conference, which is our Negro League Committee, which is one of our original research committees, does an amazing job putting this event on. So if you're interested, I'd highly suggest checking out that committee. They've got a lot of fun stuff planned for Birmingham, because this is going to be an event 2 years in the making. They haven't hosted this event in a couple years because of the pandemic. So we're really looking forward to the Malloy Conference. Our annual convention, speaking of things that haven't happened in 2 years, Sabre 50, this is going to be our 50th annual convention, taking place in Baltimore at the end of this August. It is going to be an absolute blast. We're going to descend on Baltimore. We've got, we'll get tickets to an Orioles Red Sox game dialed in there, but a lot of fun. So even new Sabre members, this is a fantastic place to meet other Sabre members. And it's just a weekend, 4 days full of just baseball talk, baseball friends, baseball presentations, baseball games. So a lot of fun. If you're interested in going to convention, we will have registration available here within the next couple weeks. So keep an eye out. I'm sure we will make sure that you don't miss it, because that's our job, is to make sure that you don't miss things like that. So, and then the last thing I'll show you from an events perspective, nationally, is our Women in Baseball Conference, which is going to happen in the fall. They've been virtual for the past couple years, and I believe this year we're going to try to get back in person. And the Women in Baseball Conference will actually take place in Rockford, Illinois, home of the Rockford Peaches of League of Their Own fame. So this is a fantastic conference put on by our Women in Baseball Committee. Again, just kind of showing you the breadth of all the different interests and the diversity of the Sabre membership. So really proud of these conferences and events and encourage you to check them out. Sabre members get discounts on all of these events, so we encourage you to look at what your discount may be. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the events page, you'll see this events calendar, and this is going to give you a day by day to show you all the local chapter events that are going on. So you can see here's today. Looks like the Rocky Mountain chapter had a meeting earlier. Ooh, the board of directors is meeting right now. I wonder what they're talking about. You can see our meeting right here, and then any of these meetings here. So let's see, if we wanted to click on the Rocky Mountain meeting and see what was happening, we can see that they had a Zoom meeting. Rob Nyer from the Sabercast host was one of their guests, and you can see that they've got a link to register for this Zoom. So if you wanted to be a part of that, all you have to do is click that and you'd be ready to go. So again, the events calendar, great place to check it out. We try to post these in a lot of different places so you can see it, but always a one-stop shop to see what's going on in Sabre world. So very last thing before we close this out and open it for questions. We're very, very proud of a new program that we just launched last month, and that is the Sabre Analytics Certification Program. So the Sabre Analytics Certification Program is essentially an online learning curriculum for anyone who's interested in baseball analytics. We just launched our first course. There's ultimately going to be 4 courses. But the very first course is conversational analytics and critical thinking in baseball. And this was really designed with both young professionals and students who are interested in making baseball a career and breaking into a baseball front office, but also just general fans that want to get a better idea and a better understanding of how the game is measured and analyzed today. So again, you don't need to be an expert to take this first course. I highly recommend it. If you're just like, we get a ton, I'd be, you'd be shocked how many coaches and scouts take this course just so that they've got a better understanding of what people are talking about and what front offices across Major League Baseball are using to analyze players and to move the game forward. So it's a lot of fun. There's a great video on the site that shows you kind of what to expect, but all of the videos are super colorful. They got great animations. Terms are broken down in really practical ways. So it's a lot of fun. You get a great little digital badge when you're done. You can put it on your LinkedIn profile that says you're Sabre certified in analytics. So that's really cool. We're really proud of it. Sabre members save over $50 on the course registration. So again, just adding some more value to your membership. Okay, that's it. How fast did I talk? Too fast? Like out of 10, like a 7?
Just about as fast as usual, Scott. But you did a great job, of course.
Fast as you? Yeah. I mean,
come on.
Like sometimes I put a Post-it note on my screen, like just out of the camera's view. It just says slow down, but I never seem to do that. So that's really our tour. We're sitting here at 10 till, so we don't want to take too much of your time. If you have questions, feel free to raise your hand and ask them now, but we can't stress enough. If you have questions that you think of down the line, find us, email us. Jessica, would you mind dropping our emails in the chat just so folks can find us?
Yeah.
But we are always here to help, whether it's the membership ambassador team, whether it's your chapter leaders. We usually have a couple of members of our board of directors on these calls, but as we saw, they are meeting right now. Otherwise, we'd have a couple of our board members on this call. They're also available anytime you need anything. So we're here to help. We're here to help you find your people within Sabre, because there's a lot of that. It's a big organization. There's a lot of different interests, but our job is to help you connect with what you're most interested in, and help you get the most out of your membership. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions. We're here to help. Anybody got any questions now before we cut you loose, get you out of here?
I guess I had a quick question about this Sabermetric course.
Yeah.
Are you able to? Are you allowed just to watch it each video just one time? Or are you able to go back once you sign up for the course and rewatch videos if you wish?
Great question. Yeah, it's learn as you go, so you can watch it on your own pace, and then once you're done, you can go back and rewatch it.
How long do the certifications last for? Do you have to get recertified like every year?
Nope. Yeah, it's good. Once you earn it, it's yours. It's yours. And we expect now obviously it'll be progressively more in depth as we move through the program, but level 2 we expect to be out late this summer, and then level 3 we expect to be out just by the end of the year. So we're working on those now, and we'll get those out, and hopefully people just progress up the chain and get more interested and more excited about doing it. No, I don't know what's happening with the lockout.
Nobody does.
Good question.
You wouldn't believe how
I
many
have one more
emails.
question
You wouldn't believe how many emails I get about that. What's going on with the lockout?
about the Dominicans in baseball. When is that book coming out?
It should be out real soon. Probably within the next month. Bill?
Yeah, I don't have an exact date on that because I know we shuffled a few around, but very soon. Very soon.
Yeah, and Yadi, like I said, you'll be able to download that book for free, or if you wanted to purchase a paperback, you'll be able to get that at half price.
Sweet, thank you.
Yep.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead, Gary.
First of all, very informative. Thanks for inviting us.
Oh, thank you.
I was looking up something, and my first stop was Google. When I got on Google, it was like, say, Jim Thorpe, for example. It then said one of the author's name and Saber, and I clicked on it, and the author name was there with all the list of publications he had. How do you get to that without going to Google?
Oh, if you actually want to find an author's name?
No, I found the author's name by accident by looking up the search. I put in Jim Thorpe, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And on Google, I put it in. I clicked on the link there, and it said the name of the author, Saber, and then it had all of his other writings also. Is there any way to get from Saber, from the place itself?
Yep. If you that search bar on the homepage, if you search for authors and other Saber members, if they've written anything, it'll pull it up in that search bar as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that has links to Bio Project. It has Journal, Games Project. It's all broken down. So yeah, if you know an author's name, contributor's name, just go there, search, and it'll bring up everything you need. So.
Can I ask one other question?
Oh, you're more than welcome, Gary. Let her rip.
I like I said, I run an organization. We have basically weekly Zoom meetings. With really good authors, and some of them are Saber authors. Is that something that I would submit to be published on Fridays, or is that a no-no?
No, I mean the newsletter is only going to publish Saber events.
Right.
But what I would do though is you might want to reach out to either, the Bay Area chapter is really active. So maybe you guys can do some joint programming if you've got specific giant stuff, because they're very active. Maybe the Casey Stengel chapter in New York City might be interested in maybe doing some stuff, because the chapters, and Bill can speak to this, the chapter leaders are always looking for content and speakers and things to promote. So who knows?
You're saying contact whatever chapters the administrators are and see if that might interest their members.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we have a Facebook page, and I don't like to publicize any of the Zooms because you don't know who's going to be coming in. I don't want to deal with that.
That's
but
true.
I figure this organization, you got legitimate people, and whoever would come in would be real people, fans.
Hey, Gary, while I'm listening in to you, why don't you send me an email? I think the Vermont chapter might be interested in some of your material. Possibly we could team up on a meeting at some point.
We've had some, this is not my show, okay? I don't mean it, but we've had Carl Erskine came on about the giant Dodger rivalry. We've had some fabulous people. But I will do that, Bruce. Thank you.
Please, thank you. I just want to say, take a look around the website, ask questions, make connections, because you're going to find your people. It may not come to you at first. It may take a lot of research and going through websites and links and such. You're going to find your people and the place that you belong, so to speak, in Saber. It's such a vast organization that there's so many avenues that you can take to enjoy this. So don't hesitate to reach out to any of us, Andrea, me, Scott, Jess, Bill. We're all here to help you.
All right, everybody. Let's pray. I think we got a CBA meeting tomorrow. So let's pray that it goes well.
Right? Yeah, no kidding.
Anybody got any other
one last
questions?
quick question about like LinkedIn and Handshake for like college students or like undergraduates?
Yep.
Is there any internship positions, or who would I want to maybe like contact about that if I had interest in maybe participating in one of those programs here at Saber?
Great question. So we just hired a slate of spring semester interns, but we will also hire interns for the fall semester as well. So keep an eye on our website if you want to shoot me a note, just to kind of get on my radar, and I can kind of point you in the right direction. But especially now, most of our our staff is still remote. So as our staff is, so are our interns. So that opens it up to folks around the country to help out with projects.
Do they go into one specific chapter or whatever? Or is it like placed wherever you're closest at, or is it just based off of whatever is available for the company or whatnot?
In terms of internships, it would be with the Sabre staff nationally.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. Thank you so much.
No problem. All right, guys and gals. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.